I don't need it. Men throw a whole. It's a whole thing with men. Women handle rejection way better
Quietly?
than
Quietly? Quietly? Is that what you're saying? They handle rejection quietly? But it's better. It's better you say that.
Yes.
It's better you say
Yes.
that because it's definitely hurting.
Yes.
It's definitely hurting, and it comes out in many other ways.
Sure.
Many other
That's
ways.
a very smart thing you said, babe.
Move on here.
Raise a glass for your best friend, best friend, best friend. Give guys your best friend, best friend. Wind down with your best friend, best friend. Give guys your best friend, best friend. Raise a glass for your best friend, best friend, best friend. Give guys your best friend, best friend.
Hey, welcome back to the
Welcome back to the. I can't. You gotta say it again.
Thank
Injure
you.
me sometimes.
Sometimes podcast
Yes.
episode
number
3.
3. Under 3. Is that it?
Mind your bite tongue.
Under 3. What's that? French? A little French?
Oui.
Oui, PP. Only we know a PP.
Anyways,
Today what? Yes.
we're getting a little PG-13.
PG-13.
And we're gonna talk about
We again,
we are gonna chat about
initiating sex.
the initiation of action.
Sex, yeah.
The initiating of action. I feel like at the beginning, because I feel like couples run into issues after, like at the beginning, the intensity's there, everything's brand new. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a mutual thing, right? Because the excitement's there for both of you guys, right? But then you throw in marriage, you throw in longevity, you throw in people getting complacent, you throw in kids, you throw in work, you throw in real life. And I feel like obviously naturally that excitement depletes. And it's left up to who is going to initiate having sex.
It's left up to.
I feel like that because I don't feel like it's an issue. I'm sure in some couples, whatever, every situation's different, but I think we're generally talking, obviously, right? At the beginning, there's no issues with who's going to initiate it because I feel like it's exciting for both of you guys. So, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the first initiation, most of the times men initiate it.
Most of the times?
The first?
It's all of the time the men initiated because women, you guys are always playing hard to get. Always, no matter, even if you guys want it more than us, right? You guys are still playing hard to get.
Back in my day, I was a little hot.
But
I had no problem. I took pride in being the girl that would make the call first.
Make the call. So
initiate first.
So
not play. You know what I'm saying?
So is that considered initiating by just making a call? That's initiating?
I'm not working. We're not talking about sex, but sometimes
But that's what we're talking about.
Okay, but yeah, I'm just talking about obviously that's the general topic of this conversation. But if we're talking about when you first meet, a lot of the times men are the ones to do the initiation of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? As you said, girls will wait for the men to make the first phone call.
So we have to break this down in sections, basically. We're breaking because what we just talked about first, when you first met. Let's talk about when you first met first. Initiation from when you first met, when we first meet each other, right? What you said is like everything's fresh, right? But normally it's the man that initiates because women, obviously you guys play coy, right? You guys like to chase, like to feel wanted, right?
We're gonna get back to gender roles, but anyway.
What? So that's not true?
Yes,
that's not true.
It's true.
No, but is that how?
It's true. It's true. But I'm just saying. I'm just getting off topic and thinking about that goes back to initially men. If you're going back in the day, you know what I'm saying? It was men that would initiate and court the woman.
Okay.
But anyways.
Okay, yeah, but still, we're still back at where men start out initiated because realistically, it's men who actually men want the sex, women want the sex actually more. Because I feel as if like when it comes to sex, this might be off topic when it comes to sex, like women, obviously you guys know who you guys want to have sex with,
Mm-hmm.
right? What you like?
It's true. It's
You
true.
guys know you want to have sex with, and sometimes you guys could meet a guy, right? And it's not automatically that you're gonna want to have sex with that guy that you met, because it takes a while for you to get to know the person, you know, right? But initially, when you first meet a guy, you might think, you know, oh, this guy is sexy, right, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna talk about start initiating sex. But you know, he's sexy. Okay, let's just
If
see.
he tries, he can
Let,
get
let's
it.
let no,
Like,
no.
go
If
ahead.
no, but you know, I don't think it's gonna be like if he tries. I think the next step is getting to know the guy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And when she gets to know the guy, right? Because mind you, you could meet a guy today, right? And then you and him go out on a date, and then you're like, oh no, right?
But
You under-
sometimes, okay, that is true. But sometimes you could see a guy and be like, oh no, he like it would like. I know what me and my friends would be like. You see a guy be like, oh no, he can get it. Like he can get it. Meaning like no ifs, ands, or but he can get it. Just don't talk.
Exactly. So what? But that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So what he says just completely just
Like,
knocks that out
ruined
right. It
everything.
just ruins everything. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. So as we go back,
yeah, but there's some guys you see in the shoe and you're like, oh yeah, he can get it. Some are like, oh yeah, he's cute. And then if he tried hard enough, he might be able to get some. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say.
back to initiation.
Mm-hmm.
Back to initiation, right? So if he tried, mind you, the word you said, if he tried, he'd probably get some,
He
right?
could get some. But I'm
Yes.
saying there's those few there's those few guys that, you know what I'm saying, you see them like, and you're like, oh no, that initial attraction strong enough, you're like, oh no, he can get it. 1,000,000% he could get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But then there's some guy, you're like, you know what I'm saying? And then his personality will have to make up
Compensate
the rest,
for it.
the rest
Yeah.
of the, yes,
Yeah.
yes, whatever that je ne sais quoi is not there. But if a guy has that je ne sais quoi, oh no, he can get it.
You hear that? That's certain je ne sais quoi. You have that?
Yeah, yeah.
You're in like win. You're in.
Don't you think guys know when they have that je ne sais quoi? Guys know.
I think
Because I think that's what, and that's part of the je ne sais quoi, the confidence, the, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
A lot of time it's that quiet confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he can get it.
Yeah.
Especially if a guy acts like he's not cute, but
Yeah.
he's cute. You know what I'm saying? Just me.
So we're veering. It's okay. We're veering right now, but like I said, we're jumping on that tack. So
We can
Like-
circle back around.
yeah, we're always gonna circle back around.
Mm.
So you're saying, so if a guy does quiet, so what is quiet confidence for you?
It's just the way it's just the way you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't be corny. You know what I'm saying? You have to just have. You say that je ne sais quoi because it's really hard to explain. You know what I'm saying? And you can try to explain like it's the quiet confidence. It's little things you try to explain it with, but sometimes it's like it's just something that not everybody has. You know what I'm saying? That je ne sais quoi, and je ne sais quoi translates to I don't know, that I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not necessarily quiet. It's more so
It could, that could
knowing
be part
the
of
right
it.
knowing the right things to say and not saying too much.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. But it's always
Because he has to talk. It's not like he's gonna be shut. He's gonna be like,
no, but it's always that like, okay, I know a lot of times there could be a good looking guy, but if he's too loud, too out there, it's always that one in the cut in the back, that, you know what I'm saying, that the mystery, you know what I'm saying, that's usually.
But I guess because as women, you understand a guy that sits in the cut is normally like a quiet, mysterious guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying nothing to nobody. He's not doing the most.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I guess that entails the quiet confidence because he's just a guy that's in the cut.
Exactly.
Right? But obviously, so have you ever met a guy that was quiet and in the cut, but then you went to go talk to this and then it was something completely different?
Not that I can recall.
It's normally what it is.
Yeah. Normally, definitely what it is.
So you said, because you said corny. You said,
Yeah,
like,
usually the guys that are quiet in the cut are not corny. The corny ones are like the ones that are like trying to do the most. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to compensate or overcompensate for the lack of they're because usually the quiet cut is the one that they're very secure in themselves, so they don't need to make a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? So usually the guys that are loud are trying to overcompensate for something. Maybe it's they're short, small guy syndrome. Maybe it's small guy syndrome. Generalizing.
It's generalizing.
Obviously, there's exceptions to all of what we're saying. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
there's super exception. There's super
We're
exception.
just generalizing.
Yeah, because you know what that topic spins off of. It's kind of like a black not to say black woman thing. Black women, they like a certain kind of men that exert a certain kind of strength. So we're just wheeling off of and strength and certain energy, right? Like I've noticed, I've lived many years, so I understand that black women, they're attracted to this kind of energy, right? Strong, quiet men, but assertive, that kind of thing, right? But so when you say loud and doing the most, I think that's that's what you mean by that je ne sais quoi. That je ne sais quoi, because that quiet person understands, and the loud person, the usual one that's loud, that's making the bag of noise, like I feel as if like they haven't been around that many black women. You know what I'm saying? Or dated enough. There's a lot that haven't dated enough black women to really like really get.
But these things can't be taught, babe. The things that we're talking about, it can't be taught. It cannot be taught. So no, you can be around as much of black people as black women as it doesn't matter. It's those things can't be taught. It's just who you are naturally. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it attractive. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just being themselves. That's what they're authentic. You know what I'm saying?
I think it can be taught. I think you can. I think it can.
My point is, a lot of the times the guys that are quiet and have that quiet confidence, they're in the cut, doing their own thing, minding their business. Just, you know what I'm saying? That can't be taught. That's how you are, and that's part of the attractiveness of them, because they're confident in who they are, and they know who they are. Those things can't be taught from being, you understand? Like that's just how you are naturally.
You know what?
There's an authenticity.
There is an authenticity. I think it's something that it's grown. It's you grew up like that.
Yeah.
You grew up like that. It definitely is. It definitely is. But as we said, we're veering off the race right now. But
we can still go back around. So it all bleeds into each other.
It does.
Okay, so back to
initiating.
Yes.
Initiating. So you would say like men like that tend to initiate more sex, but like I would say, like even back to what I was saying, I don't feel as if like. I feel that men initiate sex all the time. No matter what kind of man it is, they always initiate sex.
Men are left to initiate sex.
They are left to initiate sex.
Even at the beginning?
Yes.
No.
There's not a lot of women. I'm not saying that every woman, but there's not a lot of women that really put themselves out there to be like, you know what? Let me put myself out there. What if he doesn't want me the same way I want him? Right?
Yeah.
What if his reaction, I don't want to embarrass myself. So let him make the first move so I could.
Women like that chase, definitely like that chase.
Exactly.
When I say at the beginning, I mean, okay, you guys already established that you guys like each other. You know what I'm saying? You guys have gotten past that initial first time you guys had sex for the first time. You know what I'm saying? The guy initiated that. But after that, I feel like it's a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'm talking from experience. You know what I'm saying? I feel after that, it's a mutual thing. I feel like where those lines get blurred or the communication gets misconstrued is when, again, you guys get more comfortable in relationship and everybody's waiting on everybody to initiate.
I think that varies from woman to woman though with initiation. Maybe. Like because the majority of women would rather you come onto them so they do feel wanted, right? But I think what you're talking about is like when you're actually in a relationship for a long-term relationship, that's when the lines get truly blurred, right? When we start looking back and saying, you know what? Okay, I initiated for this amount of time, like, like, bro, like, come on, like, like you just want me to initiate all the time, and then what? Like you don't almost like you don't want me as much as I want you. Like
everybody wants
like
to feel
what, like
wanted.
everybody wants to feel wanted, right? But I think that it's where a lot of women become complacent. I'm talking about the women that don't initiate, or especially because the funny thing is, if there's no communication in the beginning of the relationship, I don't think it's gonna be hard for you guys to really like reverse the effects.
What do you mean?
If there was no communication in the beginning, I feel like with sex and everything else, even if it comes to initiation, there has to be some kind of has to become all kinds of communication, right? Meaning the man is comfortable with himself, the woman is comfortable with himself, right? If both of you guys are comfortable and both of you guys are comfortable with sex with each other, and you're in a mutual space with each other, like a comfortable mutual space with each other where you could, it's vocal and it's natural, it's different. If it's a situation where it's just one-sided, and I think that falls onto a leadership as well.
You know what? I feel like different factors play into it as well.
What kind
you
of
know
factors?
What I'm saying?
So when you're saying different factors, what do you say? When you say
because if we're gonna for myself personally, right? At the beginning, I felt like I didn't initiate things because that was just how I was naturally. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was like, I like to make people feel special. So I remember doing little things like renting hotels for us and telling you to meet me at don't you remember me doing things like that? You know what I'm saying? And like running bubble baths and like surprise. Remember, it's like I like told you to stay in the bathroom and like I got a bubble bath and grapes and wine. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So I would do little things like that. But again.
Is that
initiating?
Is that initiating or setting the stage though?
Whatever, that's initiating an encounter. That's initiating. That to me, that's part of initiation.
But I think that also falls into the beginning too, and like I said, we have to. At the
beginning, I would do those things. You know what I'm saying? But then certain things run into play. Everybody goes through things in life, and for me, I know for myself personally, what I stopped initiating is because I felt like you didn't want me as much as I wanted you. I did feel like that at one point. You know what I'm saying? So that obviously, naturally, you're going to hold back.
But,
right? And that's why I say different factors fall into play about that thing.
But you know what? I hear your point. I did.
You're telling me how I how I felt.
No, I'm like I said, yes, I hear what you're saying. I hear your point, but you got to think about how, like as a woman, I should think you should think about how sex plays out in the whole. When you guys do have sex, how does it feel in that?
That's easier said than done.
No, but you not hear what I'm saying. How does it feel in that moment? Do you feel unwanted in that moment? Do you feel like you're? Yes, is that yes? You feel you feel unwanted in that moment. That's what
it's not about feeling unwanted, babe, but we're talking about initiation. I'm sure everybody, once you start doing it, you know what I'm saying. But we're talking about initiating.
That sounds like complacency to me, though.
What are you talking about? This is what we're talking about, initiation, because we just said everybody wants to feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to feel wanted, and if you're not initiating, trying to have sex with me, you're like that means you don't want me. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you don't want me.
No, but look.
Yes, if I always have to initiate, I'm the one that always wants you. Yeah, you're gonna comply, but it doesn't feel like you want me. It feels like I always want you, and you're complying with okay, fine, yeah, you can have me.
But that's
why
that wouldn't initiation thing. No, that wouldn't be the situation, because like I said, like let me get back to it, right?
How are you?
What you're talking? Okay, now you're separating. You're combining first trial to second trial, right? First trial, like initial meeting, you're talking about Will Bass, and now you're talking about the second trial where we're together, and then you stop feeling one. But mind you, but hold on one second, mind you, when you say initiating, remember, the man, like I said, the man always has to initiate, no matter, even if like
Now.
even if the setting is set, even if the setting is set, let me just say this, even if the setting is set, the man is still initiating. It's not like you're gonna bust. I'm gonna bust the door, and you're gonna jump on me like, oh no, that's not the situation. It's gonna be the man that's initiated, the man that's gonna be kissing you on your neck, kissing you here, this and that, right?
No.
What do you mean? Yeah, yes, they got the man start kissing.
No, Jerome. Would you not consider if a woman called you and said, you know what, meet me at this hotel at this time, right? She initiates the place, then she tells you, wait into the bathroom. I'm going to set something up, okay? She runs a bubble bath. She because there's like a jacuzzi in the hotel. She runs a bubble bath. She puts out wine. She puts out grapes. What is that setting the mood for? Is that not like you're setting the mood for? So would you not call that initiating it?
Yeah.
How is, okay, you coming, you already know I want you to kiss. I already set all this stuff up. What am I setting all this stuff up for? For us to go to bed?
At that point, yes. At that point, you say like it is initiating.
But I think what she's trying to say is that most of the time in the beginning, we're talking about initiation. It's the man who initiates at the jump from when they first meet each other. And then even after that point, you see if you get the number or whatever. Even after that point, you still have to initiate, call her, text her, whatever. It's the man that leads in that scenario. So once that point on, okay, now I like him. Now she's gonna return whatever initiation, but it's first started from him.
Exactly.
You know what? I have a different perspective for that because
so that's not true.
Yes, that's exactly. Yes,
and that's exactly how it plays out.
In general, yes, but I'm talking about for myself personally. I was that kind of girl that took pride or like to stand out. So I feel like you know, some girls will wait for the guy to call them.
Mm-hmm.
I will make that first phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like I did little things like that. Like I will set up. Okay, let's go to hotel.
That wasn't the situation with us though.
Did you called me?
Yes, I did.
Okay, but
that's the situation. But like I said, it doesn't always work like. I'm just telling you, it doesn't always work like that.
Okay, well, obviously
it doesn't always work.
We didn't fall from the sky, so there was other people before you.
Obviously,
and you called me the first. Yes, yeah. You were, because not all guys do that, but you called me right away.
Exactly.
Couldn't help. I'll bet you.
I don't feel like because I don't feel like if you.
Why did you call me?
Because listen, I don't.
Or do you not? Did that something you? And be honest.
Like, no. You don't have to be honest. Like, come on, me. Whoa, slow down. Listen. I'm gonna call you because I feel like calling you, and I feel like whatever my mind's telling me to do, I'm gonna follow my mind. And, right? If you say your heart, whatever, I'm not gonna try to front as if like I don't like you, because it doesn't take anything from me to like you. It doesn't make me less of a man to like you. Like, okay, I'm thinking about this girl. Let me call her and see what's going on. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the conversation. I like the conversation we're having just now. You know what I mean? Let me call her right now. You know what I mean? Just to kind of like close the conversation, or even to call her just to see if the spark feels the same. Right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Why you, like,
of course.
What was going through your mind? Like, is that what you were thinking? I'm asking you.
But I'm telling you exactly what I'm thinking. I'm not telling you how somebody else like a psychotherapist.
Babe, okay. Was that what is that what you usually did when you your usual?
No, that's not my usual thing, because like I said, it all depends on the energy of the situation, right? How you and...
So sometimes you would, sometimes you wouldn't.
Of course. It depends on the energy of the situation. It depends on if the energy is reciprocated. And it depends on how the initiation of the... hold on. That depends on how the initiation of the interaction came about. Like, you came about, and you obviously like like
Initiated the encounter.
you initiated the encounter, right? So from then on, like it was already, and from what I saw, it was already like bum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Mutual.
we're already clicking already, like
Yeah.
mutual, same energy. You know what I'm saying? So because I feel like waiting the next day is just like, I feel like that's typical.
Wow.
Ross, wanna ring for a podcast?
Last time he got at me for this.
See, it's my mom calling. See, it's my mom. So
It doesn't matter.
it's my mom.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, back to what you're saying. It's typical.
Yeah, it's typical, but and not only skill. I just find it's kind of goofy. Like you're pretending not to. You know what I'm saying? Not to like somebody. I think that's like that takes the realness away from it, right? If you like somebody, you like if you feel like calling them, call them. Like you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna wait like
Am I waiting a week?
I'm like a week or waiting
next
2 or 3 days to put me on.
Sometimes people don't want to seem desperate too. I think that's that's what it might be.
You're desperate.
Yeah.
But like I said, that goes along with being confident in yourself, and not only confident in yourself. It all depends on how the energy went from the initial interaction. I think you should lead from there, right? You can't lead from if you just met the person and then it's just like and she's not really feeling that, and you got to kind of like win her over, and you got to win him over. Then it's not mutual. But if you know that it's mutual and the energies sync, right?
What the hell are you waiting for?
There's nothing.
And I remember the first time you called me, like and that same night we stayed on the phone till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
So that shows you.
Exactly. Right. So that shows you that like the energy was synced from when we first met. It's not like, it's not.
So
like,
who initiates sex more, me or you?
I think I always initiate sex, but that's
No, okay.
Because that's
I also give signs too. I might not.
Smoke signals. You put the smoke. It's a smoke signals.
Is that what you call that initiating?
It's smoke.
Would you not?
It's smoke signals.
Smoke signals and
It's smoke signals, because smoke signals you don't really know. Like you're looking, smoke. You kind of looking through there. Like, hold on, like is that fuck? Is that, hold on? Is that? Okay. You know? You know what I mean? So, but if it was clear, right, and that's what I ran at you about, but what, because I become very vocal when it comes to that kind of stuff, and it's not if I feel like it's not reciprocated, because I feel like at a stage in your relationship, if you guys are attracted to each other, and if the sex is good between each other, right? There's nothing wrong with that the other person initiating, if that is so. But if it's not good, sure.
Honestly, there's never been a time that you have initiated and I have.
I know,
Okay.
but that's not the point.
Me initiating had nothing, or me not in my lack of initiation had nothing to do with, and you know this. I don't know why you're going around the thing, because you know exactly. Like
Listen. Listen. I'm saying, like, we got to celebrate diversity. Like you're not being diverse. you got.
I understand what you're saying.
You gotta be diverse. Like you can't have me pushing the wagon all the time. So you gotta push the wagon sometimes.
Did we not say I try? I'm getting.
Yeah, but I slowly gotta get you like away from let you push the wagon a little bit, because you know what I mean. Because sometimes you're hiding behind the wagon and push it.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just like I said, with initiating, men are always doing the initiating. Women like
but it's not,
like the chase. They like to be approached.
Being fair, because this has not been the case through our. Listen, we've been together.
We're talking about people in a whole. We're talking about people in a whole. Okay, let's use any references.
Okay, Jerome, do you feel like you always have to initiate?
Oh yeah.
Always, every single time.
Oh yeah.
No matter what the relationship, because you were in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
How long were you with that girl for? Remember the girl that was a model? Wasn't she a model?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you guys together for? And did you always have to initiate?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Okay, so my second girlfriend,
Yeah.
she initiated actually.
See?
Actually, she initiated. That was rare, but every other time.
That was rare. You see what he said? That was rare. That was rare.
No,
That was-
I'm talking about long-term
but
relationships.
John, but didn't it feel good though?
Yeah.
I'm
it felt
talking
good, right?
about long.
Because she was, well, what happened was I took her number, or I took her number, I got her number, and then texted her saying that I'm gonna help her out with something, right? And then she just kept on bugging me and saying, "Oh yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, what's the girl bugging me for?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah." You know. And then I caught up, like, "Oh, she's feeling me." But that was one of the few times where it's just like,
Okay, but in that long-term relationship that you guys were together for a year, were you always the one that was initiating?
no.
Because we're not just talking about the first encounter.
But the majority of but I'm talking about the majority. Okay, how would you rate it?
Percentage-wise.
Percentage-wise.
Oh yeah, most of the I would say it's just the standard 80-20.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
what Rick is saying there's a point to what Rick is saying, because it actually is better, I feel, in a scenario where the girl is initiating more, because then you're not guessing. Because if you can initiate,
But that's actually what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's not what she's saying.
right.
Hold
I'm
on,
saying this.
babe. So with me and you have to guess if I want you.
It's not about
Yes or no.
No, it's not about the guessing.
Okay.
You're missing the point here. You're missing the point here. Let's get back to the point. What I'm saying here is, right? It feels good. Because yes, you could do it and know that yes, your woman does want you, but it does feel like he just said. I asked him, how does it feel that for that second girl that she did the initiating? He's like, oh, that felt good, right? Because just like you feel wanted, everybody likes to feel wanted. Right? You don't have to twist the arm. You don't have, right? You don't have. There's no smoke signals,
Babe.
I'm not, and mind you, I'm not saying that I don't know when, or I don't see signs, right? But it's not about signs, right? It's about your woman taking the initiative and saying, you know what?
Is it sexy to you when a woman initiates, like truly initiates? Like, is that a turn on?
What do you mean? Of course. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be a turn on?
I'm just asking. I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Like, you like
Why
it? Like,
why wouldn't it be a turn on?
I'm
Like,
not
because
talking
you know, can you know
emotionally,
the crazy? No,
good.
the crazy
I'm
thing.
just saying-
It could come, like, even if it comes in stages. Like sometimes you put, like, a girl puts something nice on, right? You put something sexy on, and you know exactly you're putting sexy on. You walk around with something sexy on, right? Automatically. So the guy's automatically like. You know what I'm saying? Even the corner is like you're.
That doesn't sound like very much smoke. That sounds like it's very.
I'm saying I'm saying even if I'm not saying that's what happens here. I'm not saying that's what happens. See, watch. I'm throwing coins at it right now. These are game coins. you're cling cling. Like, you'll be taking in these coins right now. Like
I am.
Right?
Should I take down jot notes?
Yes, jot notes right now. But yeah, but those that comes in stages. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's just because like a man, like he might I don't know, but yeah, kiss you on your neck, like rub you up, and you know what I'm saying, rub. Hold
on. That's a next thing with you. That is a next thing with you. You maybe it would give the again. I can talk from personal experience, right? Between me and you.
Yeah, this stuff.
You are not very good at like intimacy.
Lies.
Throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, babe, in the morning, you're the most miserable person. It's not like you'll come in the house or like walk by me and kiss me. Those things are few and far between. Those things will then lead to maybe me initiating.
But I'm not a morning. I'm not really a morning person.
You're not a morning, noon, or night person. Okay?
Whoa. Morning, noon, or night? My God.
You are not a morning, noon, or night person, babe.
So
Those times where I'm like in the bed, you walk by him and naked, and he's like pushing, like, oh,
lies. That's a lie.
Like slap your back to you or like do something.
Lies. You walk by me how? When?
Okay.
Listen, if you walk by me with some not no granny drawers. You know they like to walk by with some little granny drawers, and
it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter. Yes, it doesn't matter. You walking by somebody with some granny with some damn granny.
Shy to walk.
Listen, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's not always
shy.
Listen, don't say it's not only granny drawers. Stop this right now. You can't walk around with granny drawers and accept to create that some kind of illusion of sexuality with granny drawers.
I said sometimes I'll walk by you naked. And you don't budge or move or flinch or even have no reaction.
But but like I said, it's not only about this.
So I think you're complacent when it comes to those things.
It's not just about the nakedness. It's not just about nakedness. It's like a candy wrapper, right?
And people,
hold on one second. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
Laughing at me.
This is what I'm saying. It's like a candy wrapper, right? When you look at a candy in a store, it comes in like a certain kind of package, right? Like whether it's one the bar, whether it's lollipops, certain lollipops come in like a certain kind of candy wrapper with like different colors on it, right? That attracts your eyes, right? When you take off that candy wrapper, first attraction is the candy wrapper, right? Like, oh, like I want this. Looks like it's good. Even before you unwrap it, it looks like it's good. And then you wrap it, you're like, it's even better. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like that. You have to, sometimes it's not always about like you being naked and being, we're here. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. It has to be stages in sexuality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that, like, I feel like that also leads with to complacency too. Like you're not, creating scenes and setting up scenes. Just like everything else is setting up a scene. Like what we hear right now is like we're setting up a scene right now, right?
I feel like I've gotten better with that though. I'll cook it. No?
Yeah, you're listening. I think you're listening. But like I said, like I said, I feel with men and women. So do you feel like with men and women? Because for instance, the reason why this conversation even was brought up in the first place because she's seen a podcast with Ocho, right?
Yeah.
And then she comes like, "Man, you've seen this podcast?" Ocho is saying, this guy, this girl is saying that set up, baby. I just went out with my friends. I'm feeling nice.
She called her man. And she's like, be ready when I get home.
Yeah, and she went out with her friends, right? Mm-hmm. And she's feeling nice and tipsy. It's like, be ready when I come home, right? And he's probably all getting ready when he comes home.
He got ready.
He got ready and fix up
lotion up sato.
brush all his teeth, goggle his throat, wash his trim all the nose hairs off.
Got ready.
And get ready up, yeah? Stew and ginger wine up and everything, man. By the time he came home, what happened? Came home?
No, what the thing
She came home, what happened?
She came home and he said, I pretended like I was sleeping.
He said pretend like he was
Yes,
sleeping.
he did.
Okay.
And then the girl was like, okay, she was waiting for him to initiate too. She laid in the bed too and was waiting for him to initiate as well.
Idiot thing.
But why are you pretending like you're sleeping?
Idiot thing.
Why are you pretending like you're sleeping?
Idiot thing.
But why is he pretending like he's sleeping?
Can I tell you why it's an idiot thing? Can I see what's the other thing?
He should have been waiting right for the door.
No.
Ready
in a sock?
Yeah.
Put it in a sock?
Ready and waiting. She took the initiative to call him and say this. He should have been like, okay, she's ready. He should have been waiting and ready for her.
But mind you.
Why is he pretending like he's sleeping?
But mind you, right? What was okay. What was the end result of that conversation? We're gonna get to we're gonna break that down into sections.
Like he was sleeping.
Yeah.
She was waiting for him to initiate. He was waiting for her to initiate. Through the lack of communication on both sides, he got pissed, and because she fell asleep waiting for him to initiate, he got pissed, came out the room, and got mad and went to his grandmother's house for a week.
For a week?
Yes. Like that would just be through a lack of communication. Him waiting for her waiting for him.
But that sounds like something that's built up though. To be honest.
that was other things that was going on, because he was saying there was other things that was going on, like because he was on a hiatus from his job, but she's still working.
Exactly.
And he was looking for attention from her, and she wasn't able to give him the attention because she's working. And then that was like the last straw, the straw that broke the camel's back.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying though? You see what I'm saying though, right? So why didn't she at least attempt to initiate? Even though we sleeping, come over on him and, you know, rub him a little. Like, even if I guarantee, even if she rubbed him a little, he would have turned over like Undertaker. You understand? It's just rubbed him like this. Just rub him like one time.
Like one time.
He was turning like, whoa. She's like she didn't even attempt that. She's waiting on him to initiate. Why are you waiting on him to initiate? And
maybe,
and
I'm just saying, maybe you're right, but maybe she's thinking.
Oh, hold on. And mind you, he's on hiatus. She's working, right? He's back now, and now she's working, right? So they obviously haven't been together and for a while. Did anything for a while.
Why is that obvious?
For him to leave for a week, that's pent up, right? That sounds.
When I say
that
he's
sounds
on
very pent up.
hiatus, he's at home. He's not working. He's at home.
Yeah.
Hiatus means he's off from his job.
I know. He's off for his job, and now she's working.
And they're supposed to still living in the house, but he has.
But they're not having sex. Are they having sex?
They never specified this, babe. She was just working more, so she's not. He had more free time.
Mm-hmm.
I guaranteed if he was not on hiatus, they were both working, they were both busy, this would not be an issue. It's because he had more time on his hands now than she did, where men are babies.
Well,
cry babies.
No.
Guarantee if this is the opposite way around, women are supposed to say, man's out there working, she should understand that he's out there working, okay? But because men are more needy than women and can't understand these things.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
That's a lie.
She's working now. He's busy, bored at home because she's working. He wants all her attention, but the girl's working like she was working when he was working. But now all of a sudden he's not working. It's a problem.
Hold on a second. You said she wants all her attention. She called him, right? And said to him, baby, get ready. But right? Hold on one second.
This is a straw that broke the camel's back. This is not the one interaction.
Hold on a second. I know that and that's, you're not taking in what I said. What this is not the only reason why this happened. This obviously it's something that sparked this. It's something that's, maybe they haven't been having sex for a minute. Like even though they might be in the same house because they have kids in the scenario, right? Things might not be bong-bonging. You know what I'm saying? Yin and yang, you know what I'm saying? So he's here, these are the kids are here, like situations are happening, right? So that one time when they have like time, why are you shaking your head? The one time that they she calls him, right? And she's initiating and say, oh, babe. Because I could imagine that. If a girl's calling a guy and telling him, babe, get ready for me. I'm feeling, no, hold on a second, and I'm feeling this way. And he's all riled up like that. It's been a while. If he's riled up like that, if he's so riled up like that, even to leave for a week, it's been a while. To be honest, as a man, am I wrong, Jerome? It's been a while. It's been a while, and even for him to like, listen, that's pent up energy. For him to like, she done touch me, just runs down like a big baby. Listen, it's been a while. It's not. You
know what I think it is?
Hear this now.
Men's egos are very.
No, it has nothing to do with no ego. It has to do with the same thing we're talking about just now.
Another thing he said was, "Listen, I'm too good looking for this. Okay, you have me in your bed, this good looking guy, and you have me. It's ego."
No, it's not. It's
is
ego. No, it's not. It's not.
So why would? Listen, so him saying that is what?
No. It's him saying that is actually a fact.
Ego.
No, it's not. It's not ego. He's saying that. Listen, you have a good-looking man in your bed, right? A good-looking man in your bed, and good-looking. Takes care of his business, and he wants you as much as you want him. And all he wants from me right now is just a little initiation to make me feel like I'm wanted. Because that's all he's saying. Give me a little initiation to make me feel like I'm wanted. I'm turned over sleeping, pretending I'm sleeping. But I'm just pretending I'm sleeping. The reason why I'm pretending I'm sleeping because I want you just to. I didn't play what game? So he's playing games because he wants just a little initiation from his wife. Because that's what it comes back down to. You're complacent.
I have a question.
Sure.
Why is it a problem for him to ask for that?
What? It's not a problem. It's not a problem. No, what his ego comes into play was him making the comment that, oh, I'm too good. Him throwing a fit, throwing a temper tantrum and leaving and going to his grandmother's house. Oh, I'm too good looking for this shit. That's his ego.
But that's coming from him getting rejected.
He never got rejected. She's the one that called.
Yes,
no, rejection is if he
feels unwanted. He feels unwanted.
It's different than
he feels unwanted.
Different than
like I said, I'm just clarifying.
Different than rejection. Rejection is if he had turned over and tried to touch her, and she said, "No, I'm tired now." That's rejection. Her not initiating it is not rejection. There's a difference.
That's a setup, though.
What I'm saying is that, like he said, it was a build-up. So there might have been a time where he got rejected.
No. What happened was, I told you guys, she's working. He's at home. His job is on hiatus. He's on summer vacation from his job. He has more time on his hands now and is expecting all her attention, but she can't provide him with the attention that he's looking for because she is still working.
You're making this up, though.
I'm not. That's what they said. I didn't make it up. I did not make it up. They said it. Do you want me to put up the clip?
Let me ask you a question.
We're gonna put up the clip while this is going. No. We're gonna put up the clip.
You said that they are still living together, no?
They're still living together, yeah.
So in that time they're living together, he's at home. When she comes home, what happens then?
What do you mean?
Well, she's not. Are they not having sex then? Or like,
they didn't talk. They didn't talk about what's happening before this night. But they spoke about this specific night because that was a straw that broke the camel's back. There was other things he said.
How many straws, though? What are the other straws?
What they specified, I can't speak on that. I'm going to pull the clip. Exactly what they said.
Where Rail at? Rail, tell your side.
I always hear a lie, don't care who tell it. His ass was bored. He didn't have nothing else to do but get on my last nerve. I'm working hard. And since nightcap is not going on, football season hasn't started yet, he don't have shit to do but get on my nerve.
He left the house because she was not giving him the attention that he was looking for. He's at home. He's not working. He said this. He's at home. He's not working. She's still working. He's not getting the attention from her that she wanted because he's at home bored, nothing to do. And he wants more attention from her, but she can't provide that because her job is not on hiatus. Okay, so there was he's already feeling this way. Then this was the last straw that broke the camel's back. That she called him, said, "I'm on the Don Julio. Be ready when you get home." And then this happened.
But you understand when somebody says that straw that breaks the camel's back, right?
I just explained.
No, hold on. I hear what you're saying, but what he's upset about is actually her not initiating sex. That's what he's upset about. Mm-hmm. This all stirs around sex. It stirs around sex.
Probably.
What do you mean? He stormed out because she didn't initiate. She said, "I'm coming home. I'm off this Don Julio."
Listen, I ain't want to put the business out there, but since she brought it, that was the final straw.
He have to keep it real. He over here lying. I'm gonna tell the truth of why he really went to his girl's house.
How you gonna tell me? I done took a shower. I done lotioned up. I got ready. So I'm okay. Boom. I done prepared myself. Well, I'm finna wear her ass out mentally. Mentally.
I feel it.
So she come home. She stagger in the door. So I pretend like I pretend like I'm asleep though. So she get in the bed. So I'm waiting on her to make a move, like touch my thigh or something. Just touch me, do a little something. Let me know you ready for that action, right? I let 5 minutes go by. I'm pretending like I'm still asleep. All of a sudden, all I hear is, I'm like, oh hell no!
Be ready, right? Off this done all these. I guarantee his imagination is.
But he wasn't ready.
His imagination has been running a while. All these pent up. I'm saying he has blue bizzle the whole time sitting down.
I get it.
Thinking about all this stuff that I guarantee you all day, all night. He's thinking about this.
I get it.
All night he's thinking about this in there pent up. He's probably was 2 seconds away from from
I get it. I'm playing devil's advocate. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But why is he pretend like he didn't have to pretend like he was sleeping?
Yes, but
he's already feeling unwanted. I think he did that because he's already feeling.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So him playing coy, it's like him playing coy to like I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And she just comes home, and if she's off that down Julio like that, go over and give him a little rub, give him a little snoops,
nice.
Give him a little snoops. Give him a little snoops. Nothing heavy. Just a little snoops. That's all he want.
Oh, I get it.
He didn't want nothing much.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? He was already in the bed already. You said be in bed. I'm in bed right now.
No, she never said be in bed. She said get ready.
Get ready. So where's he supposed to get ready?
He wasn't ready. He was asleep.
He wasn't sleeping though. You said now you're putting...
He said he pretended like he was sleeping. That's what he said.
No, pretending he wasn't. But so war Russ. You can't belch like that on camera. Is it no money? Is it complacency? Is that?
Hold on, babe. Was I not always like this?
You hear this?
Was I not always like this?
Yeah, but that's you sure it's internet on TV right now.
Take it or leave it.
So I have to go through. But anyways, well, like I was saying, like everything stirs back from initiating. And women not initiating, right? Because the men, they feel like men have to be.
Have I ever made you feel like unwanted?
No, hold on.
What's your question?
Hold up. But we're talking about. Listen, we're talking about. It's not about making somebody feel unwanted. Is the like back to what I was saying, because you're missing what I was saying. It's the act,
the initiative,
and the initiating and the effort that's put into it. That makes a man feel like he's wanted.
You want me to stroke your little ego?
No.
Stroke it.
My ego is just...
It's important though. It's important. No,
are you hearing the diss right now? Are you hearing the diss right now? Stroking ego? Are you hearing what's going on right now? Are you hearing what's going on right now? Stroking ego. Oh my God.
Hold on. No.
Like, nobody wants you to stroke no damn ego.
Okay, but listen, I know that, but that's part of what it is. Let me tell you something.
That was very backhanded. Was that very backhanded, Joe? That was very backhanded. I think
there's too much discussion. I need another woman's perspective right now.
That was very backhanded. Eh?
When women want something, right? Well, no problem. But when men want something, we have to stroke your ego. There's a different.
Because I feel like women can handle rejection way better than men handle rejection.
Really?
Yes, 1,000,000%. 1,001,000%.
Really?
Women handle rejection women will make excuses. Oh, it's okay. Maybe this. Men, I don't need it. Men it's a whole thing with men. Women handle rejection way better.
Quietly?
Quietly?
Is that what you're saying? They handle rejection quietly? But it's better you say that.
Yes.
It's better you say that. Because it's definitely hurting. It's definitely hurting. And it comes out in many other ways.
Sure.
Many other ways.
Smart thing you said, babe.
Move on here. Are you seeing this? Very smart thing. A smart thing I said.
Babe, that's a good point.
Good. Have I not been making points this whole time, Jerome? Is that what's going on? Right?
But usually, honestly, babe,
you see another backhanded. You see all the backhanded sluts.
No. I'm being okay. My bad. I'm being honest. That's a good point. It is a good point. Women do handle it more the way that women. Yeah, guys throw temper tantrums. Women will handle it in other ways that are not as loud. Because do you not think men have bigger egos than women? Just in general, men have bigger egos than women too.
Men have bigger egos?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's what it is, because women have their own ego. You see the people with their Instagram and they want
exactly. I was just about to talk on that. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them.
Like say, hey, look at me, and they get DMs,
so in other ways.
Talk to them. Talk to them. Huge women.
I'm not
exactly.
Like
Women. Women's ego is way out because the main.
Now,
I don't think I'm like that. Am I like that?
The difference is that they could do it behind closed doors on their phone, and this is what you see. but men have to approach women directly and take the rejection, yes or no, right?
Exactly.
Men have to do way more approaching than women up front, so you're naturally gonna get rejected over time versus a woman who get who.
So you're saying your egos are on Front Street.
Correct.
Yes. Right on Front Street. Right on Front Street. To be ran over by tractor trailers, bikes, skunks, raccoons.
But
There's no way as a guy, and sometimes I've noticed that women don't really like it when guys say, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to this girl, I'm talking to this girl, I'm talking to her," because we know that most of them are going to say, "You know what, I'm not interested anymore." If you talk to 10 girls, most of them are not going to hit you back and say, "Yo, let's do something." You have to get a high number of volume of women just to get some type of thing back, because most of them are just going to reject you anyway.
I think that's a different. I think that's a different topic we could expand on, like hugely. Huge. This is a huge topic in Instagram. We're gonna talk about that on the next slide. We're talking about social media, relationships in social media.
Yeah, that's a huge topic.
Yeah, relationship in social media, how people date in social media, and yeah, we'll talk about it next one. But we'll spin back to
initiation.
we'll spin back to initiation. But like you said, Jerome, it's
okay. How do you like women to initiate? Okay, so let's get to it now. So how would you like women to? It's attractive to you guys when a woman initiate?
Of course, of course.
Is it? Okay, and this is just asking.
I think that's how the world should be.
Is it?
Period.
What is it?
If you like something, you shouldn't front.
Is there any? I hear you. I'm just asking questions for the ladies out there, so we know, right? Because the women need information too, right? So, is there any time that a woman initiated and you're like, "Lord, this girl just beg. Like, why is she?" You know what I'm saying? Is there ever those times where you're like, "Oh my God, like this girl is just annoying." Like she. Is there ever times that happens?
Initiating. When you talking about initiating sex, or you're just initiating conversation?
Sex. You'd be like, "Oh my God, this girl is like beg. Like she's always like," or is it ever? Could a woman initiate too much?
Too much?
Yeah.
If a woman no, for instance, if a woman is feeling, frisky, you know what I'm saying? If she's feeling frisky, because you have to understand, with men, we react to certain feelings and certain energies from a woman, right? Whether it's texture or you know what I'm saying, or certain things, because those are things that initiate thoughts. It's like in our heads, right? This leads to this, that leads to that, right?
So when you say like, what do you?
I feel like we have to say this on like the X after dark, because when a woman is gets what's the word I look for? That's aroused. Yeah, that's aroused. When a woman gets aroused, right? There's certain things that happen to her, right? And then
pheromones?
No, not pheromones. And when a man touches a woman and she's aroused, and he knows that she's aroused,
yeah,
right?
There's certain signals.
There's that sends certain signals to his brain and to his man parts. Would you agree, Jerome?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if a woman's feeling, it's not like she's just initiating just to initiate, right? If she's initiating, she's saying, and even if she puts his hand down there, or even if, right, puts his hand down there, or even if she puts like her hand on him down there, and you know what I'm saying, like little things.
Those are things that's how you like to.
Like.
Is there a specific way that you would like a woman to initiate? That's one of the ways you would like someone to initiate sex.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying me. I'm not saying me, because
okay.
with me, like, it has to be after dark. I like certain things like this, I
already know. Okay.
I like.
I already know.
Yeah.
But that's another thing, because usually women, if they care enough, they'll find those things anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What he likes anyways, in terms of like
how she wants him to initiate.
Yeah,
exactly.
How she can initiate on him knowing that he likes this and doesn't like that.
And I think that's a very good point, Jerome. Because I think that should be like your woman's job to know what you like. Because just like it's these are like it's like a playbook, right? You know exactly what if you're really interested in your man's happiness, or you know what I'm saying, or both your sexual happiness. I think that's something that you should invest a little time in, because that's not.
But baby, you act okay. I'm just saying.
You're putting me in a conversation right now.
Okay.
We're not talking about me, right? We're talking about the whole. You keep throwing me in.
Well, because I think so. It's hard for me not to talk from experience because we've been together so long. I don't have any form of reference. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course you have form of reference. What are you talking about? You've been with people how many years?
But we're talking about
like, it's not like I'm the first guy you have ever been with. Like, and you have like friends that or family that have relationships that I'm sure you guys talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying on the same name by name, but you know what I'm saying?
But I think that sometimes men can act too cool for school. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to even know. Like, it's like sometimes you have to pry it out of a man what he likes, because men are not as vocal with their feelings as women is. You know what I'm saying? I know for myself, I'm way more vocal with what I want.
Are you talking about me?
You're asking. I'm talking in general. Okay.
Because I know I'm pretty vocal. I know I'm pretty vocal. I'm not vocal?
No.
What are you talking about?
You're not. Babe, I'm the one, anytime we initiate talking about these things, I'm the one that initiates talking about things. You will not say nothing. You will not say nothing. And I'm the one that will have to bring up the conversation, and then you'll say how you feel about it. Because men in general are not out front about how they feel.
No, and that's not true, because you know what? Because you know the thing is, hold on, we've had a conversation about initiation, right? Me and you had a conversation about initiation, right? Mm-hmm. And even certain times, the last time we had a conversation and we're talking about initiation was another thing. When I say that, listen, there's no,
because I brought it up.
Yeah.
Like, I
told you there's no more initiation.
The only reason you decided to say that is because I brought up the the podcast that I was watching, and then because I'm like, this babe, this reminds me of me and you, right? No. And then that's when you brought it up.
No, hold on.
Isn't that when you brought it up?
Hold on. No, I brought it. Listen, I brought it up. Listen, I brought it up.
Why?
Yes, because we're talking. Listen. What are you talking about? I brought it up because we're talking about it, but it's not something that I've already made up my mind.
I'm not talking. That's not what I'm talking.
I already made up my mind already, because what I said to you. Yes, you're right. Hold on. Yes, you're right. What I said to you is you said what's yes. Yes, I said I already. Listen, I said yes. I already made up my mind already.
Yeah, but you didn't vocalize that.
I never vocalized it before. I never vocalized it before then.
Exactly.
Before then, but what were we talking about? Remember, we were talking about that before. So we weren't talking about that before. And you said, babe, oh, babe, it's because
that's when we started to talk about it, babe. The only reason you vocalized it.
And what did I say?
Hold on.
And what did I say?
Let me finish.
What did I say? You're interrupting the conversation. What did I say?
Jesus have mercy, babe. The whole point of what I was saying is that men are not very vocal. Women will express things. That's why I said you are too cool for school and you will not vocalize things. That's my whole point. And the only reason you brought up how you felt is because I initiated the conversation. And that's why you brought it up. That's my whole point. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Why did you initiate the conversation?
Because I told you I was watching this podcast. I said, babe, this reminds me of me and you. And you're like, yeah, that's like me. I'm done. That's why you brought it up. You didn't just call me and say, you know what, babe, this is how I feel. No, I'm the one that initiated the conversation, and that's why you brought it up. And that's my whole point. Women are more vocal in expressing our feelings than men.
Even if so, now, hold on a second. Even if so, that be the case, right? So you're saying that sexually that I'm not vocal on certain things, like even when it comes to like what the things that you wear, right? The things that I wear.
Talk about that.
The things that you wear. I am not vocal on talking about those things.
Yeah, you do say that.
So
But
no,
I'm
but
talking
no,
about
no,
initiating.
no, but that what? So no.
There's one
Yes,
time
because
you
that
told me
because
how
that
you
is
like me to initiate things because again I brought up a topic and you're like, yeah, babe, like that last one time when you did this and this and this, and that's how things will come up. But you will not. You are because you have this You're I don't know how to explain, but you're too cool for school. Okay, you have this thing. I'm not. You don't initiate. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not saying nothing. You don't vocalize. You don't vote. You're just not. You're more the quiet. You're not gonna say nothing. That's how you are in general, babe. You're the kind of person that will shut down instead of saying how you feel.
because if I was
Yes or no?
no if I
Is
no,
that
no,
how you are in
no,
general?
no, hold on, no, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Why
Hold
throw
on,
this glass at
hold on
you?
a second. Hold on one second. Hold on one
That's
second.
how you
No,
are in general,
no,
babe.
hold on one second. No, because I feel, you know what I feel realistically? It's not shut down. I feel 1 and 1 should make 4. What's
One
my
and one should make 4.
yeah, like my boy said, like what's his name? What's his name? Terrence Howard. Like
What did he say?
no, this is one. It says 1 and 1 should make is not 1 and 1. He say 1 and 1 or 2 and 2 does not make 4. Some shit like that. But yeah, he's saying based on like yeah, you get it if you've seen it. But obviously both of you guys haven't seen that Terrence Howard interview. But anyways, like what me 1 and 1 should make 2. You should be able to pick up signals and pick up signs because as a man myself, I learned to pick up signals and signs, just like you said. Like, oh, you don't throw out you throw out smoke signals, and I have to be like I'd be going through a smoke signal. Why am I the only one that's doing that? Why would I be the only one that's doing
Babe,
that?
I'm always telling you. I'm always the one that's saying, babe.
You didn't answer that question.
And you don't. Because I'm way
I don't
vocal. You don't have, listen, I'm talking about in general. I'm way more communicative when it comes to expressing the things that I like and the things.
Lies.
No, let me tell you something. I'm the one that was like, babe, like, you don't kiss me. How come you never kiss me? You're like, I'm like, you should do it. Like, why don't you do these things? Yes or no? I can't with you. When have you ever come to me and say, babe, you know what? I like this. Why don't you? I like when you do this. The only thing that you ever.
Lies.
Okay.
Lies on the podcast. Lies all over the podcast right now. Lies. If I tell you, if I go into La Senza, right? And I bring you on, if I bring you this answer, right, this is what I like you to wear around. That's what I like you to wear around the house for me. Yes or no? I did not say that. Yes, I don't want you to wear no tear. I don't.
You've never.
Hold on one second. Can I finish right now?
This is what I like. You know.
Well, listen. Lies. I said this is what I like you to wear. Like even if I don't say,
you won't say to me, babe, oh my God, you need no underwear.
No,
that's what you'll say to me. You'll never say, babe.
No, lies. Lies. No, lies.
That's about your mouth.
So you never
before today.
Yes, lies. Can I tell you why it's lies? 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 Can I tell you why it's lies now? Because when it comes to buying, looking a certain way and liking under, you never even used to like to wear G-strings because it was up in your ass, in your bum, right? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why you wear them right now is because what?
You bought them for me.
And you know what?
You like it.
And you know I like them.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought them for you because I like to see you in them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want you to wear when you're around me. I like that. I like you because we talk about underwear and bras and all that stuff all the time. Like that's
so uncomfortable.
And you see what I'm saying? Just because she doesn't like it.
So uncomfortable.
That's because she doesn't like it, right?
But I do it.
That's she doesn't like that.
Do I not do it?
Uncomfortable. She don't like that stuff.
But do I do it?
Exactly.
But do I not?
Yes, because I tell you I like it.
Okay.
Because I tell you, but back to what. So I don't.
Besides that, what do you like? Besides that, what have you told me you liked?
I tell you like a lot of stuff, but we can't talk about that.
You told me one other thing.
I told you I like a lot of stuff.
One other thing you told me. One other thing. One other thing.
And you know the thing is, I'll tell you what. because like back to original topic of initiating. I'm not saying that a woman should initiate every time, but do a little. Give us a look. And the funny thing is, Jerome was saying like 80-20. I don't think it's 80-20. I think it's like 90. He probably meant like 95-5, realistically. Like 80-20 is good. 80-20 would be good.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on one second. 80-20 would be good. Right? And that's all I'm saying. Initiate sometime, because I'm the type of person that I'm more dominant when it comes to sexuality, right? I'm more like doing what, obviously I'm a pleaser, right? I like to please, right? But because that's what pleases me. Being a pleaser, that's what pleases me, right? So I don't do anything that is like I don't want to do. Like I don't do anything like anything that comes to my mind that I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's a blockade of things like me not doing things. So I don't feel like there's a problem with my. Well, you tapping the glass. There's a problem, you know.
Outside of
There's a problem with sexual initiation when it comes to me, or sexuality when it comes to me, because when it happens, all the things that I want, I do all the things that I want.
Can I check? Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Can I check? Okay. So when it comes to sexuality, do you feel like women, like, sexuality is more like a mental thing when it comes to women than a man? Like for men, it's more of a physical thing, but sexuality with women, it's more of like a mental thing.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Okay.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
So if like intimacy plays a big, I'm telling you, for women, I think that intimacy, and when I say intimacy, I'm not talking about just intercourse.
Break down intimacy.
Intimacy is the little nuances, like coming in the house, going behind your woman randomly, kissing her on the neck. You know what I'm saying? Like kissing her goodbye when you see her, little public displays of affection. All those little things are intimacy, which will lead up to a woman probably initiating sex. Women are not gonna go at it just cold turkey, which I feel like men in general will do that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I get what you're
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not.
I don't think so.
I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but however,
I say she's wrong.
that's my style.
What?
What you just said is my style.
Like little public displays of affection,
Yeah.
but that's not your style, babe.
His style is more affected in general.
But babe,
But
would
that's
you
not-
say in general who?
You guys want that, but you want his style. But
No.
you want you
Babe,
but
to me, into me is very important to me. I am the one that initiates. Who would you say shows more public affection? Shows public affection. Will kiss you, put my hands around you, will initiate holding hands. I'm the one that does all those things, not you.
But you don't want someone with.
I would love if he does that.
No. His style is more effective,
Babe,
in general.
babe, do I not tell you all the time, babe?
See,
What
because-
the only time he shows intimacy with me or it's affection is when we're ready to have action. Besides that, I'm the one that shows affection. Yes or no? And I'm talking about the majority. I'm not saying you never do it, babe. I'm talking about the majority of the time. Who is the one that is more affectionate?
Well, what you know the thing is, I wish that you would put that same affection when it comes to like initiating the sex. You should put that same affection.
And you're not.
And I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying that no, it doesn't.
For me, it does. How you tell me how? But babe, for me, it does.
doesn't.
For me, it does. How are you telling me no, it doesn't? When I would, maybe that would lead me to. That would lead,
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
That would lead me.
Maybe. Why'd you say maybe?
I just said maybe as like. Maybe if you would do this, you know what I'm saying? That would lead to me.
It's a strong.
Hold on. No. And I'm telling you, how are you telling me no, I'm wrong? How I feel. I'm telling you, you need to take notes, okay? You guys, all the men out there, you need to take notes. Maybe if your men was showing being more intimate besides in the bedroom, that would lead to women wanting to initiate sex more, because for women sex is very mental.
Yeah, I listen.
How are you telling me no?
Listen. Yes, listen. I agree with what you're saying, but also, as a, okay, let me ask you this, right? Let me ask that. Right? So, has there been a time that even if I don't show you affection, right? Even if I don't show you affection, you've been turned on by just me standing next to you or sitting next to you?
Yeah, of course there's times like that. I'm not saying, but we're talking about initiating.
I'm just trying to understand something. So, and would you say that's a lot of times or just sometimes?
I know where this guy's.
I'm just asking. Don't say that. I'm just asking. Be honest. You're talking. Let's start.
Yes, but
a lot of times. You say yes or no.
What?
Would it be a lot of times or sometimes?
That you're just sitting beside me? Yes, because there's certain times in women's cycle where they're naturally more attracted to a man, and than other times. But I'm telling you, but there's other ways to arouse those feelings. And if you were probably more men were probably more affectionate with women and showed more intimacy than besides when they're ready to actually have sex, then women might initiate more, because sex is very mental for women. I bet you go out there, you interview 10 women, 8 or 7 out of those women are going to tell you yes. It's true. And I'm a woman. So are you going to tell me no? I'm a woman. This is a woman perspective.
I'm not.
And
listen,
this is something that I
I'm not
with you
listen,
before.
listen, I am not.
Intimacy.
Listen, I am not. But the way.
Intimacy happens outside of the bedroom. It starts outside of the bedroom.
But the way in which you're speaking, would give this the
It's a cheat code, guys.
No. It would give it would give the perception that there is no intimacy between me and you.
I'm not saying there's no intimacy.
There is a lack of intimacy.
I'm always initiating.
But you're saying that you're like. Are you saying there's a lack? I'm just saying. Are you saying there's a lack of intimacy?
On your part, I always initiate it. That's the part that I initiate. Intimacy outside of the bedroom. I'm the one that's way more affectionate than you. Are always showing the public displays of affection.
Right.
Sorry. Are always showing the public displays of affection. Yes or no?
Yes, you do.
Okay, then. So take notes.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you do. But what are we talking about? So you're saying that leads up to. Yes. So hold on one second. So you're telling me, right? So
try it.
So hold on.
See what happens.
So hold on. So let's bring a scenario in right now. So
yes, try it and see what happens.
Let's bring us. So now
try it and see what happens.
The woman is on her cycle. A woman on her cycle, or no, not even on her cycle. It's just before she reaches her cycle. Just before she reaches her cycle, right? A man might feel frisky, right? And he's giving her these
Yeah, but
hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yes,
time and place.
So it varies.
It can't.
So it varies.
What I'm trying to say is you have to be consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? And it will lead to.
You're moving the goalposts a little bit right now. You know, right?
Not, babe, because you're.
Would you not agree that she just moved the goalposts?
I did not move the goalposts. What I'm trying to explain to you, babe, you're bringing up very specific scenarios. I'm talking about. Just try it. Try to be more affectionate with your woman. Try to be more
during the time when she's.
But in general. And that might lead to her initiating sex more, is what I'm saying.
No, I don't believe that.
You wanted to change it up because you're saying you want. Like I said, my style and his style is different. He's more let her come to me type of style. He obviously all men initiate, but when it comes to a certain point, he's gonna let her come to me. Whereas I'm more moving forward, like you're saying. But women don't like that. Most of the time.
And you know what? Maybe it is the guy that. Maybe I think it's maybe it is. Hold on. Maybe it is the guy that plays hard to get that makes a woman want them more. Oh God.
Now we're getting to the E True Hollywood story of everything. Now we're getting the E True Hollywood story of everything. Yeah.
So it's definitely a catch-22.
He's okay. You see her face? You just zoom in on her face, right? But yes, like we're saying, spinning, spinning, spinning back to our topic of initiation. So do you think that initiations change, not for us, but with time, like how time has the shift of time, how things are like modern times and old times? Do you think there's a difference in it?
Initiating. Yeah, of course. Like, we're not back in the freaking Bridgerton days where
because even we talk about like parents, right? You talk about parents, and
oh yeah,
like those guys, they're not shackling down the place. You know what I'm saying? They're not shutting down the place, but
Definitely not.
they, but they have, they're very affectionate. I mean,
yeah, my parents are super affectionate. My dad's super affectionate.
yeah, but they're not shelling. They're not shelling.
I don't know.
But I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about like people of a certain age. They're not shelling down the place. You know what I mean? They're
Never know. Maybe they are.
Eh?
Who knows? Listen, I'm aiming for when I'm in my 60s, 70s. I'm still. That's what I'm aiming for. I lie?
They're still shelling down the place in the 60s, 70s.
Pop out that little blue pill, baby.
Well, me or you?
That's for the men. Hopefully, they have a pill for the women. At
They better have a pill for the women. That's enough. Because you know what? I think as long as you stay healthy, you eat right,
Yep.
and you exercise, right? I think that plays a
1,000,000%. Keep the blood flowing.
Keep a blood flowing. A huge part in sexual energy and how we even operate in the bedroom, right? Because even that's another topic. Even operate
PG-13, babe. PG-13.
Yeah, I know, bro. No, but we're talking about this operate in the bedroom, right? I think stamina and being able to keep up, because with women,
endurance.
Yeah, endurance. Because with women, especially women with like huge sexual appetites. Yeah, like certain like you're certain women say, there's women that say like, I don't mind, this might be another topic, but the 1 minute man and
2 pumps and a dump.
Two pumps and a dump. Like two pumps. I know this is kind of varying, but still, I think it's attached to the whole thing. But
it's okay.
But like I said, the two pumps and a dump. I was like, you mess up my whole train of thought. This is the 2 pumps and a dump nonsense. Like where you get that? Like, who says that? 2 pumps. I almost mashed up the glass. Who says 2 pumps and a dump? What was it? What was I saying? Hold on. You mashed up my train of thought. You're mud. Yeah, but yeah, they're saying. I don't remember what the hell to say. What two? Yeah, we're talking about nonsense. 2 pumps.
Endurance. You're talking about like
yeah, we're talking about endurance and being able to satisfy a woman's
age and getting to that age and still having that appetite.
Still have appetite to
even want to.
Even to.
Jeez, man.
And that's the thing with initiation, right? What if a man's initiating, right? But he can't satisfy the woman the way how she wants to be satisfied, right? Like, he's not going the distance. She's not getting the that.
She's like, oh God, what's the point?
She's like, what's the point? She's like, she's like, oh my God, it's not.
Well, that's a whole other issue. Yeah. That's definitely another issue that they need to communicate. That's a whole other issue. You know what I'm saying? But I feel for because I've heard this before when women say they might not be in the mood, but once they start doing it, they're not disappointed that they did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's healthy. I think that's a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, because I'm never, unless there's certain reasons, like, physical reasons why, I'm never gonna reject you, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like I love you and I'm attracted to you that much where I'm never gonna be like, oh I have a headache. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So in healthy relationship, I think you want to please your spouse, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna take one for the team. And I'm sure when you take one for the team, you're not gonna be disappointed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That's crazy. That's crazy. When you think about, like, I don't know, have you ever taken one for the team?
When I say take one for the team,
I'm just asking, have you ever taken one for the team?
what do you mean?
Like, do it just to do it.
I never, babe, there's certain times where and you know me. There's certain times that obviously you're going to be more turned on than other times. You know what I'm saying? But as I said, I'm never going to reject you because to me, sex is, I enjoy the intimacy of being close to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always down for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down for that. And I'm never disappointed. I'm never mad. I'm never like, oh God, why the hell? No, it's never that. It's never that. It's never that.
But did you veer off the question I asked? Remember the question I asked?
What?
What's the question I asked?
What?
You don't remember the question I asked?
Have I ever taken one for the team?
Yeah.
I just explain. I know, and when I say take, I mean like there might be times where might not be in the mood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never gonna. As I said, I'm never gonna reject you. You know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy being close to you. I enjoy being intimate with you. You know what I'm saying? Once you get me in the mood, I'm ready to go.
You see how crazy that is though. Like, think about it, because even as a man, like, if you're in the mood and she's not in the mood, and then you got to get her in the mood, that's a whole different operation that's going on.
Operation.
It's a
Procedure.
Bro, isn't that a whole different operation going on? Like, you got to put in extra work. You know what the topic I was talking about realistically is the extra effort and the extra work that a man has to put on. Because we're talking, I think I now remember what I was talking about, that like if you're having sex with a woman that's insatiable, like a woman that's has a huge sexual appetite, right? And you have to, and with her you have to put in work in order to really satisfy her, right? And that's not a lot of men that's gonna want to be able to put in that kind of work that is gonna satisfy a certain kind of woman, right? How does a man, like, how does a man that doesn't please a woman like that initiate? It might be like, because I don't know how we talk about how would a man like that initiate. Like, you have to be able to put in that work with a woman, but you don't, like, you're not putting in that work to make her feel that way, and you know that, because as a man, you know when a woman's like, you didn't do it, she's not turned on, or you didn't do your job.
Your best performance.
It wasn't your best performance. You know, because sometimes you don't care. There's some men that don't care, just bum and get this thing out. But if you generally do care about a girl, or care about her feel, or you're attached somewhere.
Honestly, I think I don't have that problem, so I can't speak. I don't have that problem.
You can't talk about that.
Yeah, speak from that perspective. I'm blessed.
You're blessed, eh? You hear that?
I'm very blessed. I don't
You
have that problem.
hear that? You see it? And that's she's born about initiation.
I'm not falling about initiation. Y'all about initiation. I'm not falling about
exactly. Because you know what? Sometimes when you're putting a lot of work, yeah. And it needs to be, like, you know, rewarded.
Got you, babe. Noted. Hold on. Let me add it to my notes.
Put it
Add it to my notes.
I'm going to talk about that then. So, what else?
So I think what is our conclusion?
The conclusion: women need to add at least 20% of intimacy, of initiation to
hold on.
to
So
relationship.
let's clarify, because I don't think we clarified. What is initiation to a man?
I just told you stages, whether it's
So my public displays of affection are not initiation.
that's what.
my public displays of affection or my initiating affection.
Are we talking about initiating? We're talking about initiating sex.
That goes, but see, and then I feel like that's where men and women differ.
But you're publicly displaying as a regular. You publicly display regularly. It's not because you're turned. It's not to turn you on. It doesn't turn you on to.
Can I finish?
It does not turn you. Hold on. It does not turn you on.
Okay.
You're gonna finish, but it does not turn you on because public display is a part of your nature. If something's a part of your nature, that's just how you are specifically. That has nothing to do with initiating sex. That's just you as a person. You like public affection.
Babe, let me say something. I hear you. And that's partially true. But let me tell you something. If you come in the house and you kiss me a certain way, I'm like, my God, all right, I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? That will get me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all that it could take sometimes. It does. You initiate in the same way all the time. You never initiate in any other way.
That's not true. That's not true. That's a blatant fib. That's a blatant fib.
Okay.
That's a blatant fib right there.
How else do you initiate?
That's a blatant fib.
How do you initiate, babe?
That's a blatant fib right
I'm
there.
asking you a question.
So are you telling me right now that there's never been a kiss on the neck? There's never been you're rolling your eyes right now. Like so you're saying no. You say there's a no. That's a no. Are you saying that's a no?
Babe.
Are you saying that's a no? I'm just saying. Are you saying that's a no? Are you saying that's a no? Just tell the people if you're saying that's a no.
But there's a certain time and a certain place
Right.
that you always initiate. I'm talking about.
That's not true.
There's a specific time and specific place, a specific time specifically that you initiate. Not time when I say like, babe, you know what I'm talking about.
A specific time and a specific place.
Yes, there's a specific way that you initiate every time. There's a specific way. There's never a time. You don't.
So you don't like the way in which I initiate.
I'm not saying that, babe. I'm not saying that.
Are you saying the way I initiate it is not effective?
Those public displays of affection could initiate could lead me to initiating at times when you don't expect it.
No, but you're saying it as if what I'm doing is ineffective.
I'm not saying that. I'm getting back to public displays of affection and intimacy. That's what I'm saying. How it bleeds into it. That's all the thing I'm pointing. And you, instead of you being combative and defensive, you should, just like I take notes. I was taking notes just now. You see the difference? I was ready to take notes.
You're ready to take notes.
You weren't taking notes. You're not taking notes.
So you're saying that my I should step up my initiation game. That's what you're saying. If I was more affectionate, then you would step up your initiation game.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So even though I'm telling you that you don't initiation, you still want me to do more. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to clarify what's going on right now.
I want you to show intimacy
because
in other ways.
Because
sex is. Would you not agree that sex is more? Women are more is a more of a mind thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, so women have different needs than men when it comes to initiating sex. That's all I'm saying. And just be mindful of that. That's all I'm saying. Don't have to do no more. I don't want you to just be mindful of that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to do anything more. I'm just saying
you're
be
good.
mindful.
You're good. You're good. You say you're good. You don't do that.
No, I'm saying be mindful. Be mindful.
You hear this?
Anyways,
people.
That was a good podcast day. That was a good episode.
Good episode. Well, you're cheering. You're toasting with nothing to toast in there.
What are we toasting to?
Huh? What are we
Maybe I like this. We toast to something at the end. What are we gonna toast to?
We toast to initiation.
Toast to that.
It's a 20% raise on it. A 20% raise on initiation.
All right.
20% initiation. Until
I'm toasting to more intimacy.
And more intimacy. Okay. Yeah. and to the next one.
And to the next one.
And to the next one. Okay. Next podcast.
To the next 5th episode of I Can't.
I think we let's okay. It's 4th, but next one next time will be 4th. But anyways, until next time, I can't.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
I Can't Sometimes.
Now, thank you for watching the I Can't Stand You Sometime podcast. Yeah. Sometimes.
Lots of the time. Cheers.